What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Captain Jack. We are gonna go on an insane diving day today. We're actually going to dive and spear commercial. I'm out here with my boy Jake. This is Jake's offshore adventures. Normally he does,
what up YouTube?
No, normally he does dive charters and takes people out, but today we are actually going commercial. We're gonna christen this commercial permit he has. We're gonna show you multiple sides. Normally I'm just fishing for myself, but today we're fishing to fill the boat. Unlimited grouper, unlimited snapper, and we got the Van Hooks, the whole clan. We got Justin, Derek, and Ray. Yeah, we got SEAL Team 6 right now. We're gonna get in the water, we're gonna do some buddy diving, all free diving. I'm gonna be taking you guys along, doing some tips and tricks, and it is gonna be a lot of content coming your way. Sandy balls! Sandy balls of sand! Look at that. Chum City, triple balls it. Launch. Down, down, down. Sandy balls! Justin, what do you think of my Sandy Balls song that I always come up with for you?
Hey man, whatever gets the fish fired up.
Sandy balls! Sandy balls! Ray,
And your own balls.
Ray likes it. Ray likes my little songs I sing. Derek loves it.
Oh man, whatever makes you happy, Jack.
You know, I like your little leotard you got going on there. It's alright, I'm about to suit up and be in the same boat as these guys. Look at these guys. Oh bro, you got those skater jeans.
Oh yeah.
You gotta sag. You gotta sag and rock the skater jeans. Little emo boy over there. Alright, we're gonna get in the water. I'm tired of playing hee-haw with the F around gang. Alright, we're all suited up and it is Father's Day, so Ray gets the first drop. He's gonna head down. Hopefully, oh wait, no, never mind. He doesn't have a GoPro on, so you're not gonna see his footage. But we are gonna get some footage and we're all wearing some GoPros and DJIs and all that good stuff. So we'll head down below and see what's chewing. You guys strap in for this one. This is gonna be an absolute epic trip and it's gonna be a long one with a ton of action coming your way. So let's just hop right in. So welcome underwater and welcome to the voiceovers. You can see the kind of life that is just teeming down below due to those chum balls that we've been dropping. And I'm not even gonna make a drop. Nobody's making a drop yet. We're gonna make sure we're prepared and loaded because most likely the first drop is going to be the best. And you can see me load my Rob Allen 120. And what I do is you can see the line kind of tethering there a little bit. I decided to just restring my gun and make sure all the line is tight, make sure I'm really ready to prepare for a dive. And go. This is the first drop of the day, so go ahead and hold your breath with me. The guys said they made a drop. They saw a couple of groupers scatter off, but nothing crazy to start with. But we go ahead and do this drop. And Jake, for the most part on this trip, is hitting random spots that he's just found on the sonar. But this is one of his spots that he actually has been to and knows and kind of told us what to expect. He basically expected or said to expect that there's a valley and there's grouper that hang out inside of it and outside of it. So when I made a drop, I saw this, you know, big streak, big valley of sand, and I knew this had to be it. So I kind of coast towards it, and sure enough, I find a nice black grouper. I know it's going to head to the valley, so I need to make sure I take the shot as soon as he gives me an opportunity. And that is just perfect case scenario. That is the first dive and first shot. And on this trip, I think I go 6 for 6 on fish. And now maybe I did or didn't get some of them caught on camera, but there was a Goliath off there in the distance. So I know that I was really happy that I stoned this guy. Otherwise, he could have been a meal for one of those fish, or a Goliath or a shark. So a stone shot is the best shot, and I'm happy I made this one on my first drop. And yeah, excited for more dives just like this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got some commotion over here.
Stoned him. Try to like hammer it on the deck or something. No, I'm good. I'll wait for you. I got a surface interval too. Now we get right back to it, and I want to really check out that valley. I just kind of went to the edge of it, shot a nice black grouper, so there has to be more life off that edge towards the sand. But it is pretty deep. I think, pretty sure it's like in the 80s, somewhere down all the way to the sand. And I go ahead, it's perfect because you can see it from the surface, so you know exactly where you are and where you're going to drop. And I pretty much do the same drop that I did before. Just coast towards that valley, kind of towards the edge of it. There's a nurse shark kind of down there in the sand. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot outside and along the rocky edges. Now, Ray did make a drop earlier, said there was a really nice dog snapper somewhere nearby. But I didn't see him, so I'm assuming there's a chance he could be down in this valley. So I just kind of coast down into the sand. And I do something kind of tricky on this one. Now, I'm feeling really good on my breath. Make it all the way down to the bottom. And it is pretty deep, so I don't want to stay down here too long, but it's kind of hard to see everything out in the open. So I go ahead and tuck, and you see a black grouper kind of dart across there. I kind of tuck in the shadows, and it actually makes it easier to see out into the light. And that was whenever I spotted that grouper, but unfortunately this place is just so thick with caves and cracks that the hiding places are endless. So unless you get really lucky and it pops out and shows its face, you're really not gonna get an opportunity on a fish if it goes into its home. And I just cut my losses, head to the surface, and I think it's about time to head to a new spot.
Yeah, there's a nice black in that thing, but he darted into a hole.
We pretty much dive at this same depth the entire trip, but we're doing the same technique, dropping some chum balls, hoping to get everything fired up, and we meet the grouper on our way down towards the bottom. The current really isn't that bad, but because we're actually anchoring on every spot. And this is just a spot that Jake found randomly on the sonar, and that's kind of what we did this whole trip. It was almost like a scouting slash get some commercial grouper and just kind of look for, kind of plan for the future. So the spot is just a lot of ground, and Jake is just kind of spotting it. And if you're interested in doing a charter with him, hit him up. I left his Instagram, and I'll also leave a link to his Instagram, and just shoot him a DM. Try to book a charter with him if you're ever down in Isla Mirada. He's an absolute legend, and this is literally him not even going to his spots. He's just looking at stuff on the sonar and saying, hey guys, go take a look at this. So I go down to this bottom. I see Derek, and it looks like Derek shoots at something, and he actually takes a half-hearted shot on a grouper, kind of just skims off of it, and it books it right to me. So I think I hear him shoot at some point. You know, I'm just scanning, because usually these grouper kind of like to hide, like to pop out. But I think I heard his spear gun go off, and that grouper literally comes right to me that he took a shot at. And I was thinking about shooting him, but I decided to opt out. He was just a little bit too small, and I gave this guy a pass. Derek didn't, but like I said, he took a little half-hearted shot, ended up just grazing him, and he swam right to me. And Derek actually tells me what happened once we get to the surface.
I don't think that was legal. I could have shot him. He went right to me, but I don't think it was legal. Yeah, I would say move.
What's on?
All right, I don't know if I feel like filming, but I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know why, but I feel queasy. I feel queasy, but I'm not like seasick.
Yeah.
I just feel nauseous, but I'm diving well. And but we're on a good number. A small little patch in an area, and then there is a ton of life on the floor. Jake is dropping anchor right now. Gonna drop some balls, some sandy balls, and then we're gonna see what's coming in and chewing.
What do you think, Dad? Sandy ball?
Sandy Ball.
I don't know about all that.
Just sandy cheeks.
Now you heard that I wasn't feeling great, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just because I was a little nauseous because it was rocky and rolly. But I think I took like a nice 20-minute nap on the boat. And like I said, I was feeling really good, which is interesting. Like the diving wasn't a problem, but just when I was on the boat, I just got a little nauseous and I just wasn't feeling great, just a little off. But when it came to diving, I was doing fine. I wasn't struggling at all, and we were all diving very safe on this trip. We had 4 divers at all times in the water. We were buddying up, making drops, alternating, and just keeping it super safe. And that's one thing that I really want to stress to you guys. Make sure you are keeping it extremely safe. Make sure you guys can see one another, and if you're making a drop, make sure your buddies know that you're making a drop. So here we go on this one. I don't think it's that deep. Like I said, the whole trip we were roughly diving the same, between 65 and 100 feet. But that means that we weren't surprised on, diving depth. I make my drop, see this nice black, gives me the head on, is not turning. I'm waiting for him to turn. He finally kind of turns a little bit, or actually I turn my body a little bit, just get a little bit angling away, and I make a headshot. And whenever we're doing this commercial stuff, headshots are the king. You don't want to shoot a body, make a body shot. It's almost cuts the price in half whenever you're selling these things. So another beautiful black grouper for the box, and a good headshot. That's really the only ones I decided to take on this trip. Like I said, Jake really reiterated to us that headshots are a must, and he'd rather you just not take the shot than take a body shot. So, and that's honestly a good way to practice, even if you're just bringing fish home.
Bro, he would not turn. He kind of somewhat turned. I was like, okay, I got it cleared. But then here, you can pull the shaft through.
What's going on?
What?
What's going on?
Dude, I'm feeling better than before, but I don't know. I'm diving really good, but I'm diving too good. I feel like I'm down there for over 2 minutes, and I'm like, I feel like I could be down another minute, but that's not good. False sense of security. So, but we're getting fish. Look at that. Stud!
We got a nice cooler going on here.
Yeah. Jake, are you proud of us?
I'm so proud of you guys.
We're your minions, and you're just
Dude, if you guys want to come every day and do this, let me know. You can quit your job.
As long as you don't have to pay us, right?
Yeah.
We're this is free labor right now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh. So even though we are getting grouper, snapper are also our target species. Honestly, any keeper fish is our target species because they will be able to fetch a price at the market. So we were shooting mangroves, muttons, black grouper, red grouper if we saw them. And on this dive, I don't shoot a grouper. I find something different. I'm taking you guys with me. Go ahead and hold your breath. Diving really good, and it's the same technique, just kind of tucking my head, heading down, and I'm just slowly scanning here and there on my descent. I'm not rushing to the bottom because most of the time you can spot a fish while you're still up off the bottom, and you can either go to the bottom and then make your way towards the fish, or you can just veer your body towards the fish depending on what kind of fish it is and what their body language is like. If they're just kind of posting up, chilling out, you could probably veer and be a little more aggressive. But if they're kind of skittish, standoffish, that's when you want to make your way to the bottom. And you see nice mangrove was kind of going crazy in the chum balls, and he was on his way out, so I took a long shot, landed right behind the gills, actually more of a body shot, but either way, he's coming home with me. And that is, I think, my third fish and third trigger pull of the day. Like I said, diving really well, feeling good, making good, clean shots. And yeah, there's definitely more to come of me and also the Van Hooks.
Pretty much just mangroves. Yeah.
This is a really long dive, so I want you guys to hold your breath with me on this one. And like all my other videos, I show you all the highlights, but also I like showing you times when I don't pull the trigger and don't full out pursue a fish just because of the way I feel. And on this dive, it's, like I said, it's a long one, so you're holding your breath with me. And mind you, you know, if you're watching this, you're probably sitting down on a couch or, you know, just relaxing. But I'm in the water, kicking, moving, swimming around, doing things and being active and burning oxygen. So it is a lot harder than it seems. And I'm making my drop all the way to the bottom. And I'm just kind of spinning in circles, hoping that a black grouper is kind of on its way in to see what the commotion with the chum balls is. And I think I spot a black grouper. I might be kind of veering my way. Yeah, right there at the bottom of the screen. He kind of pops out. And I'm trying to read his body language. He seems somewhat chill, so I kind of go pursue a little bit. He's a little standoffish. But like I said, I'm not going to take a shot unless I'm sure I can land a headshot, so kind of a swimming away. Now if I was taking this one home, I might take that shot, and if it was the only fish I saw, and I was really hoping to close the distance and kind of get him on that turn, and I really could keep pursuing, but the problem is I got a little in my head and I was thinking, you know what, I'm kind of swimming horizontal with the bottom. There's a chance that my dive buddy could have lost me, and which fortunately this wasn't the case, but yeah, I just decided to cut my losses and head to the surface. I just didn't feel that.
All the blacks are like all like, yeah, borderline. Fuck.
It's finally time for me to mix it up a little bit. Excited to get more than just mangroves, more than grouper. And I was on a hot streak of shooting 3 fish in a row. So I make a quick drop here. Blind drop, mind you. And a lot of people try to say they tuck their head, but I like to inadvertently kind of look up just a little bit, but I make sure I don't stress it. I don't want, you know, jerking my head around. I'm doing very subtle movements on my descent, letting the gravity do the work of slowly coasting me down. I'm doing very light flutter kicks. And when I'm doing that, a nice mutton comes into view. And this is what I've been waiting for. So I don't even pursue hot, I just kind of veer his direction, and I was trying to go for a really good headshot, but I shot a little high. And knowing these muttons, if I would try to rip that up and rip him into my arms, there's a high chance he'll tear out. Now he was probably good, but it was just, I've seen this shot too many times where you shoot a little high and there's just a lot of head meat there and they go crazy and wrench off. So I'm kind of playing this guy real easy, giving him slack whenever he's trying to swim away. And the thing is, you don't want to give him a ton of resistance whenever you're unsure of your shot. And on this one, I wasn't 100% positive. And Derek took a look, and he didn't put a backup shot in it, so he assumed it was good. And I just pulled this guy all the way up to the surface.
about the headshot.
Yeah, it looked okay.
Yeah. Good one.
We got more spots, guys. We got.
All right, we're getting on the fish. Beautiful mutton came right in. Headshots only. That was a little too much headshot.
Nice black, drop down, he's sitting right in the little sand ball and put him right to sleep.
Sand balls! Sand balls! Mutton!
Bro is losing it.
Beautiful mutton.
Like action on it.
Here we go with some more variety and another long deep drop. Go ahead and hold your breath with me. And look at that down there at the bottom. That is all yellowtail. It looks like just a giant ball of like debris down there, but it's yellowtail just absolutely going crazy on the chum balls that were dropping down. So now you can see the kind of commotion that these chum balls bring in. And it just fires everything up down there. And like I said, this is going to be a variety drop. And we have two divers at the surface watching both of us. And this dive isn't too strenuous. We try to make sure we aren't pushing ourselves. And again, we are hoping for black grouper, but we'll really take anything we get if something like halfway decent comes along. And on this dive, I start heading down and I spot a nice mangrove, and it's probably one of the biggest ones of the day. And it's kind of a cool shot because I shoot them on the fly, which normally I don't do. I usually make sure the fish is very chill. But I start heading towards the chum ball. I want to get in the middle of that all that commotion. Hopefully a grouper comes along. And unfortunately, no grouper, but a nice mangrove off in the distance. You can kind of see it, and I start getting a little hot pursuit. And he's swimming, and I aim just a little bit ahead of him, land a really good shot. And with these mangroves, you can kind of just pull them right into you. Yeah, I love that shot. I usually aim for the head or right in the gill plate, and that's exactly where I hit. Rob Allen 120 Timberline is an absolute weapon. And like I said, it's such a versatile gun because I'm in here shooting mangroves and grouper on the reef, and I can also shoot yellowfin tuna off in Costa Rica. It's just such an absolute weapon.
Meg, there are a lot. They're all skittish. They're skittish though. Very skittish. Whew.
We are doing another drop where I actually don't shoot something, and you can see not only patience, but understanding and knowing your limits. Now, I've had way too many people, and to be honest, even if you think you know your limits, I feel like blackouts and drownings happen even when you are playing it safe. I've seen it happen multiple times where it's like first or second dive of the day, feeling good, not doing anything crazy, and coming up and blacking out. So honestly, probably the best thing to do is make sure you are diving with a buddy. And even if it means, your buddy can't see you down deep, that you just move on to a new spot, or you just play it super safe and just hunt the surface, or just call it for a day. Because it's really not worth losing your life to do, to go diving. And you'll see me down here, already hit the minute mark, diving 80 feet, and I could continue to pursue this fish. And I think there's a mangrove, and I just opt out. I just don't feel super comfortable chasing after a fish. And again, if you might be like, oh, okay, I'm good to make it. I could shoot this fish and head up. But you always have to consider the fact in case you run into something crazy down deep. Just in case like your line gets wrapped up or the fish gets, you know, caught on something or a shark comes in. So you have to factor in that, make sure you're comfortable enough to have enough time to make it up to the surface, even if you run into some issues. So now we're switching over to Derek's viewpoint. So him and Ray are heading down. Justin and I are at the surface. And I know Ray isn't really pushing himself. He's not like heading all the way to the bottom. But I know Derek is going to on this drop. And now this is my first time looking at this footage. Looks like he's seeing a shark off in the distance. And I believe Derek actually does shoot a grouper on this drop. I'm going to kind of critique it as much as I can, because I can't speak for him. I don't know what he's thinking. But I'm just going to let you guys know what I observe and find any tips or tricks or tendencies that you guys could use at home. So he's kind of doing exactly what I do. Head towards the chum balls, keeping your eyes peeled. And that's exactly what he does. Grouper, right, kind of cruising in. And he does something that I normally don't do unless I have to, which, I mean, there's no right or wrong way. He kind of just shoots and then just books it up to the surface. And now I don't know how comfortable he was feeling, but normally if I shoot, I would try to get a hold of the fish. But this is definitely not a weird tactic at all. It's, very common to shoot and head up to the surface and let your reel spool out and then fight your fish once you get up to the top. The only reason I wouldn't do that tactic unless I had to is in case of sharks, other predatory fish. If you left your fish down there and you go ahead and leave, it's struggling at the bottom and it's could be a free meal for a Goliath grouper or a shark. Fortunately, on this drop, Derek had zero issues and it worked perfectly. Now we're switching actually over to Justin's camera. And now you can see the different styles of guns that we're using. These guys use the traditional bands, not rollers. And they're also using wood guns, but Justin does the same thing Derek and I were doing. Head towards the chum balls. Grouper comes right in, lands a really good shot. I think this is one of the bigger groupers, and it absolutely lights out stone shot. And I've seen Justin do this multiple times, and he's a killer at stoning grouper. Another beautiful fish for the box, and our boy Jake is super happy.
Hell yeah! Roger, dude. Way to go, buddy. Give me some. Nice.
There's another one down there that's probably legal.
Yeah.
Bunch of nice mangroves.
Switching back to Justin's GoPro again, making a drop but not shooting a black grouper. This is a variety and meet in the boat kind of trip, so he's heading on down. Priority is black grouper, but obviously if something else delicious swims by, we're gonna go ahead and give him the shaft. But Justin's kind of not really scanning a whole lot until he gets kind of closer to the bottom, which again, personal preference, no right or wrong way to do this. It's just whatever you're most comfortable with and what you're used to. But Justin is doing a good job scanning, really hoping there's a black grouper. And you saw how good they kind of hide in this terrain. They tuck in these little cracks, so panning your head side to side really slow really allows you to slow down and focus, even if it's a hidden fish. But this guy was just swimming in the open. Nice mangrove snapper. I think it's another one of the biggest ones of the trip, and a good shot as well, so we didn't mess up any of the meat. Head to the surface, another fish for Justin.
Oh, we're getting mango. And I just about choked on one. Went down the wrong pipe. Oh my God. I just ate a cough all over this. So I'm like, oh, you guys don't want it anymore, right?
I want it.
This is a T-bow. They actually made it in at UF.
Really?
During the T-bow time. That's why they called it a T-bow. Tim T-bow. Oh, there you go. Grab it. There you go, Derek. This is our third variety.
What do you think?
Dude, that's banging.
That's mangoes. What do you think, Ray?
Nectar from the gods.
Oh, you're so good.
Best dive trip.
Best Father's Day ever.
There we go.
Oh man.
Best Father's Day ever.
We haven't killed you yet.
Haven't killed me yet.
Here's a mango.
Been diving about 80 foot all day. My dad, who is 66, has been keeping up with the rest of us.
This is my dive of the day. It is a long one, it is a deep one, and I get super lucky and am successful. Again, I have not missed yet. And I've also, like I said, haven't taken any crazy shots. Look at all those freaking yellowtail just going berserk on the chum balls. So once that starts to go on, I'm just heading down towards the bottom. And this is towards the end of the day. And it ends up being a lot deeper than I thought. I guess we drifted off into some deeper stuff. And it made me a little uncomfortable. And pretty much after this dive, I was like, I'm done. I just don't want to push my luck anymore. I don't want to push my body anymore. But I head down looking for these cracks of, and I'm honestly, the best thing to do is look for the fish hiding just like that in the sand. They stick out really well. Landed a really good shot. He kind of got wrapped up, and I could dump my reel, but I had a little bit of time left. It was deep. I knew it was deep, but I haven't even hit the 1 minute mark yet. So I go down while I'm already there, grab the shaft, make sure I kind of get it untangled a little bit, and I'm all doing this hoping and basically preparing that there's not going to be a shark around, because a shark very well could go there and take the grouper for his own. But you see Derek ends up seeing a grouper as well. He starts going off in the distance. And Justin's in hot pursuit of him, but Ray is actually at the surface and meets me. And there's a prime example for buddy diving. And like I said, as long as one guy's watching one and one guy's watching the other, you guys can come home safe. Alright, we're pretty much done for the day. I got unsuited. Check out this kill box we got. Alright, we crushed. Can't really see a whole lot when we get everything on the deck. That's when I'll show you what's up. We made it back, and look at this catch we got. We are loading it up into this bin. Jake is gonna take it down to the market. I'll let you know. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna let you know what the outcome was. And he's gonna sell it to a buyer, and that's where all that fish is gonna go. It definitely paid expenses for the trip, and then a little money in his pocket for his permit or all his
commercial licensing stuff. But you guys, this was some really cool deep diving, something a little different, something you're not used to. Had an absolutely amazing time down here in the Keys. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it that thumbs up, and also consider potentially becoming a YouTube member. You have to do it on your PC or Android. Unfortunately, for some reason, Apple don't allow it. But either way, I love that you guys are watching, love that you're supporting, and I will see you guys next Tuesday at 3 o'clock for another adventure. Later.